Welcome back. We are doing some updates on Godzilla's habitat. One of the things we're getting a new heater. So this is the ceramic heater that we've had since day one. I've had it turned off for a little bit, but it's still warm. And turned off as in I just cheated and unplugged it. So we're going to replace that since that's original day one, and just so that way we can get some better efficiency out of it. It's been like 3 years. So, but what we're going to do, we got a couple different heaters here. So I went to one PetSmart, got pretty much another 100-watt ceramic heater. But when I went to Petco, because they didn't have everything I needed at PetSmart, I found they had this from Repticare, Infrared Heat Projector. Pretty much the same thing as a ceramic heater, but supposed to be a little bit better. And price point kind of very similar. So the ceramic heater was $32.99, and our infrared heater, as you can see in the yellow there, is $34.99. So comparable, $2 difference. We're going to try that. Get that in. So let us open. So that's what it looks like coming out of the box. So this is probably the instruction book. Yeah, it says instructions. So we'll set you guys up. Stay. Don't want to stay. Let's do this. There we go. So hopefully you don't fall and I don't give you guys any crazy headaches. But here's our new bulb. Gets screwed in. It is a 100-watt heater I have in here, so I went with 100-watt because that's what the lamp needs. But as you can see, here's our ceramic heater. Ceramic with the heating elements there, all ceramic. Been good, does the job. That's why I got another one. But here's the difference with this infrared heat projector. See, it's more, has a screen mesh here, has a heating element in there with the metal dome. So we'll see how that goes. Try it out. We'll screw that in. There we go. We don't want to go too tight, but let's plug it back in and see how that kind of looks. So there we go. Now you see it's starting to heat up, whereas with the ceramic heater you can't really see it. I can already feel the heat coming off. So let's pick you guys back up. Move my little prop support. And we'll set that back down like that, see how that goes. I still have my UV light bar back there. But here is, if you guys want to read it, our infrared heat projector from Repticare, Zoo Med. See there right on the top of the box. It's great for your leopard geckos, bearded dragons, and all your other aquatic tortoises, tortoises, and lizards. I can't speak. Blah, 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 blah. Professional series, yep. So then here is the back box, just talking about how it's heating and other products that people have used with it that they recommend. So, but that's how we're going to do that, have that set up. I'm still going to keep the ceramic heater that I got, because you never know, I may need that. But next thing we're going to talk about is nightlight heating, because we are getting into the winter season where I'm at. It's not like I have freezing temperatures outside, but if I leave a window open by mistake at night, it could make it too cold in here for our resident king of the lizards. As you can see, he's looking up, seeing what that all is about. And the reason I thought about getting a new heater is because back there, let's see, zoom in, zoom in, our temperature reading back there. Now granted, yes, I've had it off for a little bit, so it says 79, but it was reading into the mid to low 80s. So I figured it was time to get a new heater element. Gave him some lettuce there so we can eat that. But back to our night lights. Sorry for that coming back. So I got two different Moonlite nightlight bulbs. So I got two different bulbs that are supposed to do the same thing. ZooMed's Moonlite Reptile Bulb, and then the Zilla Blacklight Heat Incandescent Bulb. The pro thing with both of these bulbs is that it's not like it's a glass bulb with a paint surface on it. It's the actual bulb like that. They are both heating elements too for at night, so I'll put them on the timer for at night. But they're supposed to both do the same thing. They're not really going to interfere with the night cycle because it is moonlight backlight. But the reason why I got the two different ones is because of this. So if we come down here, we look at our lights. So we have our bottom one here, the ZooMed 100-watt Moonlight was $18.99, whereas the Zilla Blacklight Moonlight 100-watt was $10.99. So that's $8 difference between the two bulbs. So what I'm going to do is a little experiment. We're not going to have them both on at the same time. That'll be too much heat. So instead of using our double lamp there, I'm going to use our single lamp and put it on a timer for the night cycle. And what I'll do is see how long each bulb lasts, because the last bulbs I got off of Amazon, some off-brand, they just didn't last long. They were dying like flies. So we're going to see what the difference does with these two and how long they last, and we'll go from there. So what we'll do is dun, 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 dun. Our little cheater. Nope, you're gonna fall that way. Okay. Let me. We'll just do it like this. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let you look at his butt at the moment. So we're going to start off with our name brand ZooMed light here. We're going to start off with that guy, see how long he lasts. And actually, yeah, we'll start off with him. He'll be our control.
Alright, so you're going to have to move, girl.
So let's open up So not much in the way of packaging for this. Pretty much the bulb inside of a loose box. Not a big fan of. Doesn't sound like anything's broken in there. Let's take a look at the Zilla box. So pretty similar, but it's a little bit more, here if I can, a little bit more tight, and they do have a piece of cardboard that the end of the bulb sits in, so it's just not rolling around. So in aspects of that, that's one up for Zilla as opposed to the ZooMed. Keeps the bulb a little bit more stable and not kind of loosely rolling around. But what we're going to do now is this. There we go. Got that screwed in. Let me sit you guys down for a moment. Make it a little, make sure it's snug. There we go. So now we're going to set up there. We'll kind of have it on this side, so that way it's more coming down here. Since this heater is always going to be on 24/7, we want that heat. See, we're already up to 82 degrees. That's good. Starting to warm back up. Let's take our box, put it there, and what we'll do, our current time. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 1:51 p.m.
1:51 p.m. So we're almost actually right on. So we'll leave that. So what we'll do, the way this is an analog timer. No. Okay. I had it right, then I moved it. So here we go. We're just going to pull up all of our dials, and let's get our time set back. There we go, a little before 2. Make sure these are all back up, and what we'll do, stick it in there, so now the timer is on, and we will take our lamp wire for that heating element, drape it across the back. What we'll do, stuff it back in there and plug her in. So now it should, we're going to go off a timer and go to on. Make sure I have, yep, alright, so I just did that to make sure our little switch was actually on, so it is. Now we'll set it back to timer. And now here's the fun part. So now we're going to want the opposite for this timer from that timer. So, as you can see, that's when our UV daylight bulb is on. Ow. So pretty much we're going to do the exact opposite of that. Let's see. 8-ish p.m. Start depressing it. All the way around to 8 a.m. It's about 8:30. Yeah, so about 8:30ish. So about 8:30ish there. about 8 there, 8 o'clock there. So now whenever the light's on, our nightlight heating bulb will be off, but when our nightlight heating bulb is on, our daylight bulb will be off, just so that way we don't confuse Godzilla. But when I moved everything over, instead of leaving it draped or buried behind there, I just took the power strip, mounted 2 screws right here on the end, mounted it up in. Now I have nice easy access. Does overhang a couple inches in the space, but it works out, and it only goes into my bedroom, so it's not like anyone's going to kick their toes on it. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to mark on the calendar when I installed this bulb, and we're going to see how long it lasts, and we'll go from there. I'll set it up like that and see how well that goes. We'll kind of do an experiment. I'll do an updated video for when the ZooMed Moonlite bulb goes out. The ZooMed Moonlite bulb, when that goes out, I'll make an updated video of how long that lasted, and then we will put the Zilla bulb in. Then we'll see how long that lasts and kind of go from there. That, and I'll also try to keep track of how our heat does inside our tank as well. So like right now we got up to 83 here at the toppy top. Oh, that's about in the 70s, mid 70s. About 72 there in the bottom cool corner, and 73 here on the bottom cool corner. Now heat does like to rise, so this is going to be warmer up here, but Mr. King of the Lizards here enjoys going up and down. As you saw in the short the other day that I posted, he was just lounging around here on the board in the middle. He's been up here most of the day today. Sometimes we see him down here in the bottom. Just depends on his mood and what he wants. And kind of go from there. So yeah. Well, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. I know it's kind of long, and we'll keep you posted.